Hello and welcome to day 216 of the Not Alone Today chronological Bible reading plan. Today we'll be reading Ezekiel chapter 3 from verse 22 to chapter 7 verse 27. Then we'll go to chapter 29. We'll read from verse 1 to 16, then go to chapter 30 and read from verse 20 up until chapter 31 to verse 18. We're still using the New International Version.
Ezekiel chapter 3 from verse 22. The hand of the Lord was on me there, and he said to me, "Get up and go out to the plain, and there I will speak to you." So I got up and went out to the plain, and the glory of the Lord was standing there, like the glory I had seen by the Kebar River, and I fell face down.
Then the Spirit came into me and raised me to my feet. He said to me and said, "Go, shut yourself inside your house, and you, son of man, they will tie with ropes. You'll be bound so that you cannot go out among the people. I will make your tongue stick to the roof of your mouth, so that you will be silent and unable to rebuke them, for they are rebellious people. But when I speak to you, I will open your mouth, and you shall say to them, 'This is what the sovereign Lord says.' Whoever will listen, let them listen, and whoever will refuse, let them refuse, for they are rebellious people."
Chapter 4. Now, son of man, take a block of clay, put it in front of you, and draw the city of Jerusalem on it. Then lay siege to it. Erect siege works against it. Build a ramp up to it. Set up camps against it and put battering rams around it. Then take an iron pan, place it as an iron wall between you and the city, and turn your face toward it. It will be under siege, and you shall besiege it. This will be a sign to the people of Israel.
Then lie on your left side and put the sin of the people of Israel upon yourself. You are to bear their sin for the number of days you lie on your side. I have assigned you the same number of days as the years of their sin. So for 390 days you will bear the sin of the people of Israel.
After you have finished this, lie down again, this time on your right side, and bear the sin of the people of Judah. I have assigned you 40 days, a day for each year. Turn your face toward the siege of Jerusalem, and with bared arm prophesy against her. I will tie you up with ropes so that you cannot turn from one side to the other until you have finished the days of your siege.
Take wheat and barley, beans and lentils, millet and spelt. Put them in a storage jar and use them to make bread for yourself. You are to eat it during the 390 days you lie on your side. Weigh out 20 shekels of food to eat each day, and eat it at set times. Also measure out a sixth of a hin of water, and drink it at set times. Eat the food as you would a loaf of barley bread. Bake it in the sight of the people, using human excrement for fuel. The Lord said, "In this way, the people of Israel will eat defiled food among the nations where I will drive them."
Then I said, "Not so, sovereign Lord. I have never defiled myself. From my youth until now, I have never eaten anything found dead or torn by wild animals. No impure meat has ever entered my mouth."
"Very well," he said. "I will let you bake your bread over cow dung instead of human excrement."
He then said to me, "Son of man, I am about to cut off the food supply in Jerusalem. The people will eat rationed food in anxiety and drink rationed water in despair, for food and water will be scarce. They will be appalled at the sight of each other and will waste away because of their sin."
Chapter 5. Now, son of man, take a sharp sword and use it as a barber's razor to shave off your head and your beard. Then take a set of scales and divide up the hair. When the days of your siege come to an end, burn a third of the hair inside the city. Take a third and strike it with a sword all around the city, and scatter a third to the wind, for I will pursue them with drawn sword. But take a few hairs and tuck them away in the folds of your garment. Again, take a few of this and throw them into the fire and burn them up. A fire will spread from there to all Israel.
This is what the sovereign Lord says. This is Jerusalem, which I have set in the center of the nations, with countries all around her. Yet in her wickedness she has rebelled against my laws and decrees more than the nations and countries around her. She has rejected my laws and has not followed my decrees.
Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says: You have been more unruly than the nations around you, and have not followed my decrees or kept my laws. You have not even conformed to the standards of the nations around you.
Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says: I myself am against you, Jerusalem, and I will inflict punishment on you in the sight of the nations. Because of all your detestable idols, I will do to you what I have never done before and will never do again. Therefore, in your midst, parents will eat their children, and children will eat their parents. I will inflict punishment on you and will scatter all your survivors to the winds. Therefore, as surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, because you have defiled my sanctuary with all your vile images and detestable practices, I myself will shave you. I will not look on you with pity or spare you. A third of your people will die of the plague or perish by famine inside you. A third will fall by the sword outside your walls, and a third I will scatter to the winds and pursue with drawn sword.
Then my anger will cease, and my wrath against them will subside, and I will be avenged. And when I have spent my wrath on them, they will know that I, the Lord, have spoken in my zeal.
I will make you a ruin and a reproach among the nations around you. In the sight of all who pass by, you will be a reproach and a taunt, a warning and an object of horror to the nations around you when I inflict punishment on you in anger and in wrath, and with stinging rebuke. I, the Lord, have spoken. When I shoot at you with my deadly and destructive arrows of famine, I will shoot to destroy you. I will bring more and more famine upon you and cut off your supply of food. I will send famine and wild beasts against you, and they will leave you childless. Plague and bloodshed will sweep through you, and I will bring the sword against you. I, the Lord, have spoken.
Chapter 6. The word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, set your face against the mountains of Israel. Prophesy against them and say, You mountains of Israel, hear the word of the sovereign Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says to the mountains and hills, to the ravines and valleys. I am about to bring a sword against you, and I will destroy your high places. Your altars will be demolished, and your incense altars will be smashed. I will slay your people in front of your idols. I will lay the dead bodies of the Israelites in front of their idols, and I will scatter your bones around your altars. Wherever you live, the towns will be laid waste, and the high places demolished, so that your altars will be laid waste and devastated, your idols smashed and ruined, your incense altars broken down, and what you have made wiped out. Your people will fall slain among you, and you will know that I am the Lord.
But I will spare some, for some of you will escape the sword when you are scattered among the lands and nations. Then in the nations where they have been carried captive, those who escape will remember me, how I have been grieved by their adulterous hearts, which have turned away from me, and by their eyes which have lusted after their idols. They will loathe themselves for the evil they have done and for all their detestable practices, and they will know that I am the Lord. I did not threaten in vain to bring this calamity on them.
This is what the sovereign Lord says. Strike your hands together and stamp your feet and cry out, Alas, because of all the wicked and detestable practices of the people of Israel, for they will fall by the sword, famine, and plague. One who is far away will die of the plague, and one who is near will fall by the sword, and anyone who survives and is spared will die of famine. So I will pour out my wrath on them, and they will know that I am the Lord. When their people lay slain among their idols around their altars, on every high hill and on all the mountain tops, under every spreading tree and every leafy oak, places where they offered fragrant incense to all their idols. And I will stretch out my hand against them and make the land a desolate waste, from the desert to Diblah, wherever they live. Then they will know that I am the Lord.
Chapter 7. The word of the Lord came to me, Son of man. This is what the sovereign Lord says to the land of Israel. The hand has come upon the four corners of the land. The hand is now upon you, and I will unleash my anger against you. I will judge you according to your conduct and repay you for all your detestable practices. I will not look on you with pity. I will not spare you. I will surely repay you for your conduct and for the detestable practices among you. Then you will know that I am the Lord.
This is what the sovereign Lord says. Disaster, unheard of disaster. See, it comes. The end has come. It has roused itself against you. See, it comes. Doom has come upon you who dwell in the land. The time has come. The day is near. There is panic, not joy on the mountains. I am about to pour out my wrath on you and spend my anger against you. I will judge you according to your conduct and repay you for all your detestable practices. I will not look upon you. I will not look on you with pity. I will not spare you. I will repay you for your conduct and for the detestable practices among you. Then you will know that it is I, the Lord, who strikes you.
See, the day. See, it comes. Doom has burst forth. The rod has budded. Arrogance has blossomed. Violence has arisen. A rod to punish the wicked. None of the people will be left. None of that crowd. None of their wealth, nothing of value. The time has come. The day has arrived. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller grieve, for my wrath is on the whole crowd. The seller will not recover the property that was sold, as long as both buyer and seller live. For the vision concerning the whole crowd will not be reversed. Because of their sins, not one of them will preserve their life.
They have blown the trumpet. They have made all things ready, but no one will go into battle. For my wrath is on the whole crowd. Outside is the sword. Inside are plague and famine. Those in the country will die by the sword. Those in the city will be devoured by famine and plague. The fugitives who escape will flee to the mountains like dove of the valleys. They will all mourn, each for their own sins. Every hand will go limp, every leg will be wet with urine. They will put on sackcloth and be clothed with terror. Every face will be covered with shame, and every head will be shaved.
They will throw their silver into the streets, and their gold will be treated as a thing unclean. Their silver and gold will not be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. It will not satisfy their hunger or fill their stomachs, for it has caused them to stumble into sin. They took pride in their beautiful jewelry and used it to make their detestable idols. They made it into vile images. Therefore, I will make it a thing unclean for them. I will give their wealth as plunder to foreigners and as loot to the wicked of the earth, who will defile it. I will turn my face away from the people, and robbers will desecrate the place I treasure. They will enter it and will defile it.
Prepare chains, for the land is full of bloodshed, and the city is full of violence. I will bring the most wicked of nations to take possession of their houses. I will put an end to the pride of the mighty, and their sanctuaries will be desecrated. When terror comes, they will seek peace in vain. Calamity upon calamity will come, and rumor upon rumor. They will go searching for a vision from the prophet. Priestly instruction in the law will cease. The council of the elders will come to an end. The king will mourn. The prince will be clothed with despair, and the hands of the people of the land will tremble. I will deal with them according to their conduct, and by their own standards I will judge them. Then they will know that I am the Lord.
Chapter 29, from verse 1 to 16. In the 10th year, in the 10th month, on the 12th day, the word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, set your face against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and prophesy against him and against all Egypt. Speak to him and say, this is what the sovereign Lord says. I am against you, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, you great monster lying among your streams. You say the Nile belongs to me, I made it for myself. But I will put hooks in your jaws and make the fish of your streams stick to your scales. I will pull you out from among your streams. I will pull you out from among your streams with all the fish sticking to your scales. I will leave you in the desert, you and all the fish of your streams. You will fall on the open field and not be gathered or picked up. I will give you as food to the beasts of the earth and the birds of the sky. Then all who live in Egypt will know that I am the Lord.
You have been a staff of reeds for the people of Israel. When they grasped you with their hands, you splintered and you tore open their shoulders. When they leaned on you, you broke and their backs were wrenched. Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says: I will bring a sword against you and kill both man and beast. Egypt will become a desolate wasteland. Then they will know that I am the Lord.
Because you said, the Nile is mine, I made it. Therefore I am against you and against your streams. And I will make the land of Egypt a ruin and a desolate waste from Migdol to Aswan, as far as the border of Cush. The foot of neither man nor beast will pass through it. No one will live there for 40 years. I will make the land of Egypt desolate among devastated lands, and her cities will lie desolate 40 years among ruined cities. And I will disperse the Egyptians among the nations and scatter them through the countries.
Yet, this is what the sovereign Lord says: at the end of 40 years, I will gather the Egyptians from the nations where they were scattered. I will bring them back from captivity and return them to Upper Egypt, the land of their ancestry. There, they will be a lowly kingdom. It will be the lowliest of kingdoms and will never again exalt itself above the other nations. I will make it so weak that it will never again rule over the nations. Egypt will no longer be a source of confidence for the people of Israel, but will be a reminder of their sin in turning to her for help. Then they will know that I am the sovereign Lord.
Ezekiel chapter 30 from verse 20. In the 11th year, in the first month, on the 7th day, the word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, I have broken the arm of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. It has not been bound up to be healed or put in a splint so that it may become strong enough to hold a sword. Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says: I am against Pharaoh, king of Egypt. I will break both his arms, the good arm as well as the broken one, and make the sword fall from his hand. I will disperse the Egyptians among the nations and scatter them through the countries. I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babylon and put my sword in his hand. But I will break the arms of Pharaoh, and he will groan before him like a mortally wounded man. I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babylon, but the arms of Pharaoh will fall limp. Then they will know that I am the Lord, when I put my sword into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he brandishes it against Egypt. I will disperse the Egyptians among the nations and scatter them through the countries. Then they will know that I am the Lord.
Ezekiel 31. In the 11th year, in the 3rd month of the 1st day, the words of the Lord came to me: Son of man, say to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and to his hordes, who can be compared with you in majesty? Consider Assyria, once a cedar in Lebanon, with beautiful branches overshadowing the forest. It towered on high, its top above the thick foliage. The waters nourished it, deep springs made it grow tall. Their streams flowed all around its base and sent their channels to all the trees in the field. So it towered higher than all the trees of the field. Its boughs increased and its branches grew long, spreading because of the abundant waters. All the birds of the sky nested in its boughs. All the animals of the wild gave birth under its branches. All the great nations lived in its shades. It was majestic in beauty, with its spreading boughs, for its roots went down to the abundant waters. The cedars in the garden of God could not rival it, nor could the junipers equal its boughs, nor could the plane trees compare with its branches. No tree in the garden of God could match its beauty. I made it beautiful with abundant branches, the envy of all the trees of Eden in the garden of God.
Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says: because the great cedar towered over the thick foliage, and because it was proud of its height, I gave it into the hands of the ruler of the nations, for him to deal with according to its wickedness. I cast it aside, and the most ruthless of foreign nations cut it down and left it. Its boughs fell on the mountains and in all the valleys. Its branches lay broken in all the ravines of the land. All the nations of the earth came out from under its shade and left it. All the birds settled on the fallen tree, and all the wild animals lived among its branches. Therefore no other trees by the waters are ever to tower proudly on high, lifting their tops above the thick foliage. No other trees so well watered are ever to reach such a height. They are all destined for death for the earth below, among mortals who go down to the realm of the dead.
This is what the sovereign Lord says. On the day it was brought down to the realm of the dead, I covered the deep spring with mourning for it. I held back its streams, and its abundant waters were restrained. Because of it, I clothed Lebanon with gloom, and all the trees of the field withered away. I made the nations tremble at the sound of its fall, when I brought it down to the realm of the dead, to be with those who go down the pit. Then all the trees of Eden, the choicest and the best of Lebanon, the well-watered trees, were consoled in the earth below. They too, like the great cedar, had gone down to the realm of the dead, to those killed by the sword, along with the armed men who lived in its shades among the nations.
Which of the trees of Eden can be compared with you in splendor and majesty? Yet you too will be brought down with the trees of Eden to the earth below. You will lie among the uncircumcised with those killed by the sword. This is Pharaoh and all his hordes, declares the sovereign Lord. This is the word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God. Just a quick summary of what we've read so far. In chapter 3, we read how that Ezekiel will be bound so he cannot go out among people, and he will be silent until God tells him to speak. And then in chapter 4, we read about the siege of Jerusalem and how siege will be laid to it. And Ezekiel was told this time to lie on his left side for 390 days and on his right side for 40 days so that he can prophesy against Jerusalem. And he was told to also eat and bake his bread using human excrement for fuel. But he said he's never defiled himself. So God said, okay, use cow dung instead. And then in chapter 5, we read how that he should take a barber's razor to shave his head and his beard and divide up the hair. And this is also a prophecy against Jerusalem. And then in chapter 6, we read about the doom for the mountains and the valleys and the ravines of Israel. And then in chapter 7, a prophecy was given by God about the end coming. And God said that a disaster will come at the end and that it will come very soon. And then in chapter 29, we read about judgment on Pharaoh, on how that God will bring a sword against him and kill both man and beast, and Egypt will become a desolate wasteland. And this went on again in chapter 30 from verse 20, how that God said he has broken the arm of Pharaoh and that he would disperse him among the nation and scatter him through the countries, same as the instruction he gave Ezekiel to disperse the hair he's cut from his head and his beard all around the city, similar to that. In chapter 31, we read how that Pharaoh was compared as a cedar of Lebanon, beautiful, well-watered, but how that this tree will be brought down to the realm of the dead. So we're just going to go, as we've read so many chapters and verses, we're just going to do a short summary. We'll do short highlights on what stood out to us from them all.
The first one I would spotlight is in chapter 3, verse 23, the last part of it, where it says, like the glory I had seen by the Keba River, I fell face down. Like, it just occurred to me that vision that Ezekiel saw right from the very beginning of the book, which we started out with, has always been a reference point. It keeps on referring back to it, back to what I had seen by the Keba River, back to what I've seen by the Keba River. So yeah, when I read that again for the upteenth time, I felt like, okay, that's interesting, an interesting reference point. God speaks once, we hear more than once. The power belongs to God.
Yes, in chapter 4, I like how Ezekiel went to God to say, I've never defiled myself, sorry. And then God relented and said, okay, use cow dung instead of human excrement. Again, portraying to us that we have a God who listens.
Yep. For me, in chapter 29, verse 9 and 10, where the scene of Egypt, of Pharaoh, was recaptured. It says, because you said the Nile is mine, I made it. Therefore, I am against you and against your streams, as a way to remind us never to take what belongs to God exclusively to ourselves. My glory I will not share with anyone. That became the undoing of this Pharaoh.
And it runs through in chapter 31 as well. However, it was brought down, and then,
In chapter 30, verse 24, where it says, I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babylon and put my sword in his hand, but I will break the arms of Pharaoh. Again, it just, to me, reads of the sovereignty of God, because the arms of the king of Babylon that is being strengthened here will still go on to be destroyed at some point in the later future. So judgment is still coming on Babylon. But for now, Babylon seems like the good guy, the servant of God that God is using to mete out judgment on the nations, on Egypt, on Israel, on Judah, on the Assyrians at this point. It's just interesting that what goes around comes around. But God deals with us according to his times and seasons, indeed. So today we've read a lot about proclamation of judgment, both on Jerusalem and now also on Egypt, because the people of Jerusalem did turn to the people of Egypt, thinking that the people of Egypt will rescue them. But of course, we know that God is going to use Babylon to silence them both and bring his judgment upon them. We'll flip the page on day 217 as we continue to make our way slowly but surely throughout the readings of the Old Testament. So tomorrow we'll be reading quite a few verses. We'll be back in Jeremiah. We'll be in 2 Kings as we begin to land this aspect of the narrative. But till then, just remember,
you're not alone.
Today, God bless you.